are so back, baby. We are so back. What's going on, Orlando Magic fans? Welcome to the Sixth Man Show Postgame Live, presented by Rock'em. Your Orlando Magic are 1-0 in this 2024-25 season. What a day, what a night. They win 116-97 in Miami in a game that wasn't even that close. Like, really wasn't that close. Like, the Orlando Magic did not score for the final 6 minutes and 15 seconds of this game and still won by 19. Just let that sink in, okay? What a night. The Magic dominate the second half. We're going to talk all about it right here on the Sixth Man Show Postgame Live. What's up? Welcome. My name is Kevin. Glad you're here as we kick off a brand new season, the 36th season of Magic basketball, the second season of the Sixth Man Show Postgame Live, our live show after each and every Orlando Magic game. We're so pumped to be back and pumped to be supported by Rock'em once again. Rock'em is the world's largest sock store, and they're located in Orlando. Guys, if tonight was any indication, this is going to be a very fun, very special Orlando Magic season. So you should go get yourself some Orlando Magic gear from Rock'em.com. Again, socks, underwear for some of your favorite teams, not just the Magic, but NHL, NFL, and college too. So check them out at Rock'em.com. Just be sure you use this code. This code is MAGIC20. It'll get you 20% off your order at Rock'em.com all Orlando Magic season long. Again, MAGIC20, 20% off. Big shout out to Rock'em. Let's freaking go. Before I get to the chat, and before I talk about this game, I have to get something off my chest, okay? I have to. Last season, there was this narrative, right? This narrative of the Orlando Magic are now the best team in Florida, right? Which was true, right? You know, best team in Florida, won the Southeast Division. And that narrative is going to continue tonight, right? We just beat the brakes off the Miami Heat. That's going to be the narrative tonight. But there's another narrative that has to be pushed starting now, starting tonight. It is this: Paolo Banchero is the best basketball player in the state of Florida. Period. You take that and you run with it. You tell all your friends, you tell all your family, Paolo Banchero is the best basketball player in the state of Florida. Period. End of discussion. Just maybe the Southeast, like include Atlanta. I don't care. He's better than Trey. They've been all these lists preseason about where Paolo ranks in the NBA. Tonight, he proved something, okay? Before we get to the chat, before we do all this stuff, I got a special guest for us tonight to celebrate a lovely W, nice, easy W in Miami. Jonathan Osborne, live from the watch party. What is up, brother? How are the vibes tonight?
Unfortunately, I can't hear you that well. I forgot the AirPods. There's still tons of Magic fans here. This was by far the biggest non-playoff watch party turnout that we've had. Social House was literally packed wall to wall. Magic fans. There were a few brave Heat fans that came out. Magic fans weren't so nice to them, but that was awesome to see. But the vibes were high. First half wasn't exactly ideal, not what we wanted, but you go into the half with the lead, and then, boy, you just took the belt to the you-know-what in the second half. Paolo Banchero, Kevin, your boy from Varner, knocking down some threes. We saw that.
3 of 6.
AB was great. The defense was suffocating in that second half. Gary Harris, literally, him and Paolo in that first half, keeping the team afloat. And people are talking, is this the best season opener of all time? On the road against the Heat, ruining Pat Riley's dedication ceremony, and you're up by 30 for a good chunk of that second half. People are talking. It might be. I don't know, but what a game, man. Great time. Just so thankful everybody coming out, and you can't win them all if you don't win the first. So here we are. People were talking about the parade. People are asking me where the parade's going to happen. Tonight was a lot of fun, man. It really was.
Oh, my goodness. That's amazing. Here's the other thing. I just got to let people know, if you're in Central Florida, there's another one of these next Friday. Magic
next Friday
in Cleveland to play the Cavs, another watch party. So be
on ESPN.
Well, on ESPN, yeah. But if you're in Central Florida, you got to go to our watch party next Friday. We'll share more information. Don't forget, guys, obviously the Sixth Man Show, we have a brand new episode coming out tomorrow. So you'll hear more from Jonathan later in that episode. Jonathan, glad you had a blast tonight, bro. Drive safe, and I'll talk to you in a little bit, all right? Sweet.
Let's go Magic.
Go Magic, baby. That's amazing. All right. What a cool surprise. Get to hang out with Jonathan. Again, watch party tonight to kick off the season, which is pretty stinking fun. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I got to collect my thoughts here because I'm a little bit shell-shocked about what just happened. Like Jonathan said, first half was a bit of a battle, right? 4-point game at the end of the half. Magic finished the half really strong. And then the second half, that third quarter, what What in the world? That was bonkers. That was a lot of fun. We got to get to our super chats, though. First, we have Sam, another host of the Sixth Man Show Postgame Live, says P5 All NBA, baby. Let's go. We all the way back. I'm telling you guys, we talked about it on the last episode. It's like, don't take this for granted. Powell looked locked in preseason. And so for that to transfer over to tonight, the dude was cooking. It was fun. Shahin with another super chat. He says, Franz for 3. All right, we'll talk about Franz. Franz tonight misses his first 3. And then everybody's like panicking, including myself. He goes 0 for 7 in the preseason. Now 0 for 8, when you add that first 3. And then after that, he goes 3 for 5 the rest of the way. He had 3 triples tonight. Salute to Franz. Come on, bro. It's amazing. He was super efficient tonight. Obviously, we'll talk more about him when we get to the box score and stuff. But shout out to Franz. The last thing we got to do before we start talking more about this game, I see everybody saying it. Everybody's saying it in the chat. And it's something that we just have to do. If you're new to the show, by the way, welcome. This is our live show after every Orlando Magic game right here on YouTube. And there's a tradition around here that when the Magic win, there's only one thing that must be done. We gotta play the song. Miami. Let's freaking go. Here's the thing, guys. You can't spell Riley without an L, You just can't spell Pat Riley with that one big freaking L. And the Magic handed that to the Miami Heat tonight. Let's go. Let's take a look at some of this chat, guys. You guys are crazy. There's over 250 of you here, by the way, right now, which is bonkers. That is crazy numbers, especially for a game that ended so late because the stinking Heat, had their ceremony at halftime instead of after the game. But yeah, let's take a look at some of the chat here. We got all the play the songs at the top, of course. Here's the thing. We knew in the fourth quarter we were going to get to play the song, You just love to see that. Love to see that. Let's see. Chris says, I'm going to need y'all to talk me out of getting a 2025 NBA Champs tattoo. Play the song. Oh, yeah, we got to slow roll a little bit. It's one game. And the other thing to remember is Miami, there's again, it's one game. We're not going to overreact. But some of us have been saying Miami's not that good to begin with. So just because the Magic beat them down tonight, we got to be careful because it might just be that Miami is bad. All right, so we'll see. Obviously, the Magic are good. There's no question about that. But the Miami Heat just might be trash, and that would be really fun. Dead Air says, watching from Denver, go Magic. Love to see that, Dead Air. Thanks for tuning in. The Only Hero says, this is probably my favorite season opener I can remember. What a dominating win. Powell and Franz look great, and both shooting well from 3. Play the song. And Heat suck. Facts. Last season was really fun, too. Don't forget, last season, it was a home. The season opener was at home, so that's obviously a totally different vibe. But it was that game against Houston. Magic were in those, the Stars Classics. That was another blowout win. It was a lot of fun. But this is just something different. You win on the road in Miami by a lot. Again, only 19, but let's be clear. The Magic led by, I believe it was 28 when they made their last field goal. Which, again, they made their last field goal with 6:15 left in the game. The Magic did not score for the final half a quarter and still won by 19. Crazy stuff. Another super chat here. It's from our friend Michael Martin. He says, when Franz got going, it was a wrap. Facts. That third quarter, once obviously the defense led to the offense. Let's be very clear. The defense in that third quarter was electric. But Franz started cooking, man. It was cuts to the rim. It was stuff on the break. Hit those triples, obviously, and man, when Franz is cooking with Paolo, it's game over, which, by the way, in a little bit, I'm going to go over the Paolo stats were great. Franz's stats were good. Combine them, they were lethal, and we're going to go through those in just a moment. Obviously, we got to talk about Gary Harris. A lot of you guys are mentioning him in the chat. Gary Harris, single-handedly kept the Magic within striking distance there in the first half. Dude goes 5 of 6 in the first half. Yeah, he's 5 of 6 in the first half from 3, 15 points, which is wild. Ross Holder says 3:20 a.m. here. So not going to stay long, but it was worth it. We're back. Play the song. Let's go. Let's see 3:20. So you're somewhere in Europe, I'm guessing, Ross. So thanks for tuning in. Love that. Let's see. Janine says, hit the like button, you Magic Maniacs. Again, there's over 250 of you here. If you're watching this live, please hit that like button. If you appreciate the content, if you're happy for a Magic win, definitely hit that like button. It goes a long way to helping the show. And above all else, we just want other Magic fans to find our content so they can enjoy it, so they can partake, so they can connect with other Magic fans like yourself. We love our Magic Maniac community here. It's so much fun. Seth, this is a great point. He said, y'all hear the fans in Miami? Did you guys hear the Magic fans? Shout out. I knew there were several people that I personally know that were going to this game. Tons of others that I have no idea, I've never met. But shout out to you guys, because on multiple occasions I heard Let's Go Magic. Towards the end, I heard Play the Song being chanted in Miami, which is bonkers. So much fun. Love to see that. Destined for Greatness says, this team is so deep. That's going to be a problem for other teams. Facts, man. That second unit, again, especially defensively. Offensively, again, I know Gary Harris lit it up tonight, which was awesome. But if Gary didn't have his shot falling, there are still some question marks offensively with that second unit, especially because Cole Anthony is really struggling, and he goes 0 for again tonight, 0 for 7. Offensively, but defensively, that unit, again, I mean, just both units, obviously. And that first unit tonight, too, Jalen and KCP. I know Jalen got in the foul trouble, but Jalen and KCP just vicious. Like, made life miserable for the Heat, and it was so much fun to watch. In the first quarter, some, but then that third quarter, when they started that second half, when Jalen obviously was back after the foul trouble, it was wild. Yeah, Ron says, crowd chanting, play the song in Miami. Yeah, amazing. Ernest says, A.B. a beast. He was amazing. He was amazing tonight once again. Jay says, the Magic look as healthy as Kevin. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. For those that have been away over the summer, had a little bit of a surgery a few weeks ago, and so bouncing back as best as I can. Still not even close to 100%. But hey, on a night like tonight, we're celebrating. B. Dill, our friend, says, Kevin, we are back. Let's go. Let's go. Luis Rosario says, leaving the game. Oh, Luis went to the game. Okay, leaving the game now. Sat 6 rows behind the Magic bench. The Magic looked amazing. The defense was intense. Told Alex Martin we're going to go 52-30 as the 3rd seed. First off, thank you so much for that super chat, Luis. And awesome that you got to go to this game, man. Luis is a long time Orlando Magic fan. Actually made this sign right here and the one that's behind me back there. Made both of those. Big friend and fan of big friend of the Sixth Man Show. We get to see him at Magic games. So glad you got to go to that game, man. That's awesome. Thanks for the super chat. We got one from Theo. Says, Toca a música, play the song. Salute from Brazil, Kev. Go Magic. I assume that's Portuguese. That's amazing. Thank you so much for that super chat. And then, yeah, we got B. Dill again. Said, Kevin, here is to your health and a great season ahead. Let's go Magic. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate that, and appreciate all the super chats. It's awesome. Okay, let's look at a couple more of these in the chat here. Again, there's so many of you here tonight, which is so fun on a Wednesday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. There's a ton of you in here, which is wild. Grits says 82-0. Let's go. Love to see that. Black on Black says this bandwagon is too full to allow anyone else on. Look, the clock is ticking here, folks. The clock is ticking on the bandwagon. Like, we flew under the radar last year, had a good year. Nights like tonight, the NBA is going to start noticing. And so now's your chance. I don't agree that it's full, but it's getting close, right? Like we're not full on bandwagon mode yet because we're not one of the elite teams, although maybe we are. Who knows? But in the grand scheme of the NBA, we got a little ways to go. And so now's your chance to hop on the bandwagon before you're a bandwagoner. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Yeah, Joseph Chubb, he says, good to be back, fam. Going to be a fun year. Excited for all the cheers and tears to come. Absolutely. Hey, game 1 of 82, a long way to go. And so a night like tonight for all of us is like, we could overreact and, freak out and say all these things. We could underreact and say, it's just one game, or somewhere in the middle. I don't know. But either way, I mean, this game counts. This isn't preseason, right? This game counts just as much as the last game of the season in April. And so to go out there and play that way, to go out there and kick their tails on the road, it's special. And again, we're not going to standings watch in October. But again, when we talk about every game counting, when we talk about the end of the season, and most predictions are the top section of the East is going to be so tight. It's where you look at last night, the New York Knicks got blown out. The Magic blow out tonight. And the Magic have a 1-game lead on the Knicks. I know it's 1 game in. It's stupid. It's silly. But you just got to remember this moment. If it comes down to it at the end of the season and the Magic, lead the Knicks by a game at the end of the season, or we're tied with the Knicks at the end of the season and win a tiebreaker, who knows? Obviously, such a long way to go. But every game matters now. Every game matters. And so, hey, Magic win tonight. You'll take it. Sonder says, Paolo is that guy. I cannot wait to go over his stat line in a little bit. He was amazing. Let's see a couple more of these. Omar says tonight was truly unreal. Facts. Again, going into half up 4, and you're only up 4 because you had a nice little 6-0 run to end the second quarter. Going into half up 4, you felt like, okay, feeling all right, but like, this is gonna be a battle, which it isn't surprising. It's a game in Miami. It's a team coached by Eric Spoelstra. They have Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, who were silent in the first half. Little did we expect they were going to be silent in the second half too. Man, I don't always look at the box score of the other team, but tonight we're going to look at Miami's box score because, wow, yeah, Bam and Jimmy, fraudulent tonight. Fraudulent. Matthew says, we are back, Magic family. Dominating game. Yeah, that was so much fun. Some of you got, let's see, a couple. Colin says, bring on nationally televised games. Yeah, right around the corner, starting next Friday. Just 9 days from today, Magic will be on ESPN in Cleveland for the rematch from the playoffs, which is going to be a lot of fun. Ikaru says, embarrass them in their house. Facts. You love that. Ricky says, Orlando whooped that butt. Best team in Florida. Absolutely. Duval says, people need to stop sleeping on Orlando. They're going to keep doing it, guys. That's what they've always done. It's what they're always going to do, and that's fine. That's fine. Let them keep sleeping. We know who we are. We know what we got, and it's all good stuff. Let's see. We got a couple super chats flying in here. Hubert Chan says, I got 5 on it. P5 All-NBA this season. Let's go, Magic. Love that. Thank you so much for that super chat. And Alex is doing it. I caught him in the middle of it. I'm going to wait. He's got one more to do, but I know what he's doing. Alexander Miller. I'll wait for it. I'm not going to spoil it. But he's getting creative with these super chats. I'm waiting for the third one to come through, and then I'll hit him with all 3. He's getting creative. This is so creative, I'm probably going to do it. Again, Alexander Miller says, super chat, play, super chat, the super chat song. All right, you know what? When you beat the Heat by basically 30, we'll play the song a second time. Why not? Watch out, Miami. Gonna get ya. Let's freaking go, man. Thank you so much for those super chats. Appreciate that. El Magico says the watch party was lit. Love that. K. Will says Suggs showing why he deserves the contract. Yes, absolutely did. But Jalen has got to not have that third foul. That third foul was not the wisest choice by him to close out that hard on that three-pointer. I was like, bro, what are you doing? You know, Jamal Mosley trusted him, leaving him out there with 2 fouls. So for him to lunge on that third, will end up being his third foul. I was like, brother, come on now. Yes, he does deserve that contract. I'm half joking, but it was like, you just got signed to this $30 million a year deal. You can't be closing out like that. But that's okay. That's how Jalen is. He always gives 110% on every play. Sometimes you just got to think through it. There are now 300 of you here, by the way, which is ludicrous. Like, this is what we had in the playoffs last year. So Magic fans are hyped for this season. We got a couple more super chats flying in here. One from Blake Bickerstaff, longtime viewer, listener of the show. Thank you so much for that super chat. And then Timester TV says Franz can shoot. Gary can too. Look, if Franz is knocking down threes and Gary is knocking down threes and Paolo is knocking down threes like they were tonight, this team is going to be a problem. It's going to be a real stinking problem. So love to see that. Chad, my friend, says good to see the team play this well on the road. Absolutely. That's the sign of a great team. You start winning games on the road. I can't remember off the top of my head what the Magic's record was on the road last season. I want to say it was like 18 wins maybe on the road last season. They were under 500. And so that's when you start turning from a good team to a great team. If you go over 500 on the season on the road, that's when you start turning from a good team to a great team. Obviously a long way to go for that, but we'll see how the Magic do on the road for sure. Destined for Greatness says, JT on the broadcast says, oh, I loved this. He says, as Heat fans are leaving, I heard some let's go Heat chants, but I think they said let's go home. Dude, JT, I love Jeff Turner for a lot of reasons. One of my favorite aspects of his personality is that he embraces the Orlando-Miami rivalry, which is so fun because some people roll their eyes at it, which is whatever. But JT embraces it. Like, remember last year when he had him on our show, he wanted to play the Heat in the playoffs. For that reason, he's like, yeah, if you lose, it sucks. But if you beat them, are you kidding me? Beating the Heat in the playoffs? Nothing like it. So that's a lot of fun. Let's see. We got our friends at Jam Hot Chicken. Says, Kevin, so good to see you. What an opener. Let's go, Orlando. Yes. Let's go. Our friends at Jam Hot Chicken over in Winter Park. Best chicken in Central Florida. Guarantee it. Definitely go check them out. I do want to remind you guys, this show is brought to you by Rock'em. Rock'em is the world's largest sock store. They have socks and underwear for some of your favorite teams, including the Orlando Magic. I got some of their gear with me right now. Guys, we love Rock'em, not just because they make awesome stuff, but they're a Central Florida company. They're based in Orlando, right down the road from Kia Center. Let's see, you can't see those, but obviously we got to play the song socks, still available on the website from last season. And if you didn't get them last season, you should get them this season because they're freaking awesome. So play the song, classic Magic stuff. They also still have the classic Magic stuff from last year, the classic jersey themed socks and underwear at rock'em.com, so definitely check those out. I'll ask them. I don't know how long these are going to stick around. They might be around forever. I don't know. Or they might be, going away soon because they were just from last season. So obviously, if you haven't gotten that yet, you should. They've got some different socks with different players' faces on it. This one is a Franz one. They got some other stuff, City Edition. You can also do custom socks at rock'em.com. These are ones that say Sixth Man Show, obviously, on them. So definitely check them out at rock'em.com. We just asked that when you do that, you should definitely use this code MAGIC20 because it'll get you 20% off your order at rock'em.com all season long. Again, that's MAGIC20. Gets you 20% off your order at rock'em.com. Again, socks, underwear. Can highly recommend what they got over there at rock'em.com. Scott's Weekend Sports says, best opening night ever. Let's keep the energy going on Friday at Kia against Brooklyn. Hey, let's ask this question. I want to ask everybody in the chat, who's going to be at the game on Friday, the home opener against Brooklyn? I'm definitely curious. Let me know, chat, if you're going to be there. And if you are, you got to bring the noise. The preseason game last Friday was probably the most electric preseason game I can remember in a long time. Obviously, the most electric preseason game ever was the very first one back in '89. Nothing will ever top that. I wasn't there, but I've watched that game back on YouTube and stuff, and that scene was crazy. But carrying last season and the preseason over into the regular season, this team deserves it, for nothing less than what they did tonight. Like, show up Friday, go crazy. But let me know, chat, if you're going to be there. We got a super chat from David S. Says, didn't get a chance to watch tonight. How did KCP look defensively? I saw he had a couple blocks. KCP defensively was great. Offensively, he missed all of his shots. I don't think he scored. Yeah, he went 0 for 5. Oh, he got 3 free throws. That's right. But for field goals, he went 0 for 5. So offensively, you'd like to see him hit at least one or two of those. But defensively, it's everything we expected and more, especially when him and Jalen were on the floor together. Those guys were wild. It was so much fun to watch. There was a stretch in the first quarter that was great, but that third quarter, man, if you weren't able to watch this game, but you have the ability to go back and watch any section that say you can't watch the whole game, which I think you should. It was really fun. But if you only can watch like one little bit, just go watch that third quarter. Because that third quarter, the defense was, as Major Everett says here, elite. Yes, it was. It was awesome. Soul Train said it's good to get a win in that building. Absolutely. A building that has not always been kind to the Magic, but love that. Michael Lynch, our friend from Ireland, says, love the new graphics. Game 1 in the bag, 3:30 a.m. Go Magic. Hit the like maniacs. Thank you so much, Michael, for tuning in. Yeah, we rolled out, if you don't follow us on social media, we rolled out a whole new look for the Sixth Man Show today, which was awesome. Glad we got to roll that out. We'll be talking more about that over the coming days and weeks. But yeah, got to roll out this whole new package for this, and you'll see, the next episode of the Sixth Man Show tomorrow morning. Different look for that. So it's exciting times. We said new era for the Magic, new era for the Sixth Man Show. So we're definitely pumped about that. We got another super chat here from Soul Train. He says it felt like they have another gear. Go Magic. Man, you're right. Like the difference between the first half and the second, well, really the third quarter for me, it's so interesting because it did feel like a different gear, especially defensively. And it's always tough because the Magic, admittedly, they dance on the line of what's acceptable when it comes to defense, right? They're a very physical team, a very handsy team. And sometimes it depends on how the refs are going to call it, right? In the first half, they called a lot, right? Ton of fouls. I think I wrote down that the Heat had 21 free throws in the first half. Third quarter starts, they definitely allowed the Magic to be more physical, which obviously is way more beneficial for the Magic, right? Whenever refs allow the Magic to be physical, that's when they can shut teams down. So they get those first couple possessions under their belt, and then they realize, oh, we got the green light. Let's go. And that's what you're talking about there, like a different gear, which is really, really fun. So yeah, definitely awesome. Let's see here. Good call. They look sharp. Yeah, the socks are awesome. Yeah. El Magico says, I got custom El Magico 78 socks from Rock'em. Love to see that. Yeah, absolutely. Destin for Greatness says, don't forget about your Victory Pizza tomorrow. That's true. You can get 50% off at Papa John's on your online order using code MAGICWIN tomorrow if you're in Central Florida, which is awesome. Thank you for that reminder. Definitely love to see that. Janine says, can't wait for the home opener on Friday. Kia is going to be lit. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Let's see. We got a lot of people in the chat saying they're going to be there on Friday, which is going to be great. We got Section 108, Section 109. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be there. Our friend Dari says, can't confirm the preseason game was electric. I'll be back there on Monday. Nice. Monday's game, I think, is against Indy, right? against the Pacers. Yeah, that'll be fun. Indy, interesting tonight. They won. I think they ended up winning. I'll double check that. They ended up winning their game tonight. Yeah, they did. But yeah, again, we're not going to overreact to one game. But some of the stuff I saw I kept an eye on that game, and I was like, Indy doesn't scare me. They didn't scare me before, but watching tonight, I was like, I'm not too scared about them. A couple more of these chats, and then we're going to look at the box score. Tyrion Lewis says the defense looked absolutely electric. Floor spacing was beautiful tonight. Love that. I'm Jovi says our depth was crazy. Absolutely. Oliver says, little brother who? We sunned the Heat. Absolutely. Which is love that. David Erickson said, does KCP stand for keep counting points? Well, it was easy to count his points tonight, but maybe we're counting the other team's points because he limits those. I don't know. That's amazing. That's hilarious. All right, guys, let's take a look at the box score here tonight because it's good. It's good. It wasn't always good. The first half, a couple things that weren't great, but the second half, I mean, good grief. First off, Franz, we talked about him a little bit, but 23 points, 4 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 0 turnovers, 10 of 16 from the field. That's 62.5%, which is beautiful. 3 of 6 from 3, which is 50%, which is really beautiful. What a stat line for Franz tonight. Started a little slow, but man, did he kick it into another gear. I talked about this on either the last episode of the Sixth Man Show or the one before. It's like Franz is a professional, right? Like he's and because we have the first 2 seasons to prove this, like he's not a terrible three-point shooter, excuse me. He had a bad year last year, had a bad summer, right? But all it could take is one game for Franz to hit some, and it could totally flip the script. He could totally turn it around and go back to where he was 2 seasons ago. I'm not saying it's tonight, obviously. It's one game. We'll see. But yeah, again, I truly believe it's just going to take, there's going to be one night. It could be tonight, could be whatever night, it could be a week from now, a month from now. I don't know. There's going to be one night where he's going to hit his shots and it's going to change everything. It's going to change everything. He was great tonight. Franz was awesome. Paolo was elite. Paolo was next level. 33 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, a block, 12 of 24 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3. He went 50% as well, and no turnovers. Do you guys see this here? That is, 33. That is 56 points, 2 blocks, 3 steals, 7 assists, 15 rebounds, 6 free throws. Combined, they go 7 for 14, 50% from the field, 22 of 40 from 3, and then 22 of 40 from the field, and 0 turnovers. 0 turnovers. And not just 0 turnovers, that's 0 turnovers against an Eric Spoelstra coached Miami Heat team. Are you kidding me? Stat lines like this from these two, this team is going 82-0. Like, look at this. Powell was a plus 42. A plus 42. That is ludicrous in 31 minutes of play. That is crazy. Those two were elite. Wendell, by the way, I thought was really good. Wendell was really good tonight. 8 points for him, 14 rebounds, including 4 of them offensive. 2 assists, 2 steals for him, only 1 turnover. KCP, we talked about him a little bit. Just 3 points for him. He goes 0 for 5 from the field. All 5 were threes. Obviously, you want to see him hit 1 or 2 of those. But again, the biggest thing he brings is defense. A steal and 2 blocks tonight. I thought he was great. Jalen, we talked about the foul trouble. You just can't get that third foul. You can't get that third foul. You can't even tempt them to make that call. Don't even get in that area. However, when he came back in the second half, he was awesome. And the first quarter, his defense I thought was really good too. But that third quarter, that defense, man, oh my gosh. And he hit the icing on the cake. Like when I think it was in the third quarter? I wrote it down. Let's see. 85-62. Yeah, in the third quarter. When Jalen hit that triple from the Pat Riley logo, that's when it was game over. Made it a 23-point game. And obviously, long way to go in the game. Like mathematically, it's the NBA. No lead is safe. But when he hit that triple, it was like game over. This game is Dunskies. That was such an electric moment. And it's so fun that we get a moment like tonight that we're going to play back the rest of the season. Like that 3 was crazy. All right. Anthony Black, golly, he continues to be really good. He had a great camp, a great preseason, and tonight, 10 points for him, 6 boards, 4 assists, 27 minutes, played a lot of minutes tonight because of Jalen Suggs' foul trouble, and he definitely made the most of it. Gary, was great. 18 points, 6 of 9 from the field. All of those shots were threes. Again, 5 of 6 from the three-point line in the first half, and it was great. He again, single-handedly kept the Magic in it. If there's a dark spot in this box where it's Cole goes 0 for 7, 0 for 5 from 3. A lot of those looks were really good, wide open. Unfortunately, couldn't make them. He did have 6 assists, though, so credit to him for getting other guys involved. And then Mo Wagner with 7 points. I thought Mo was pretty good, great on the glass. J.I. only plays 11 minutes tonight, 3 points for him. Ends up, what did they call it? They called it a sore, was it a hip? I don't remember, a thigh or something. I honestly don't remember. Ended up leaving the game with that collision with Mo Wagner and did not return. It'll be interesting to see if he's available this weekend for the games against Brooklyn and Memphis. But hopefully, obviously, hopefully he comes back. Then you look at the guys that came in at that very, very end for the last 5:21, and nobody scored. They were minus 13. Again, the Magic scored their last field goal with 6:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. They did not score the second half of the fourth quarter and still won by 19, which is wild. Wild stuff. Before I look at Miami's box score, we do have a couple super chats that came in here. Let's see. Nick Monks. Oh, yeah. Talking about Paolo. A plus minus of 42. Yeah. All NBA first team. I mean, yeah. That's crazy. And again, this is against an Eric Spoelstra defense. This is against a Jimmy Butler-led defense, whatever that means. Yeah. Absolutely crushed him. Michael Martin also says the league has a Paolo problem. They keep sleeping. They keep sleeping, guys. They're not going to be able to do that for much longer. Thank you guys for the super chats. Let's look at again, I don't normally look at the opposing team's box score, but you have to on a night like tonight when Jimmy Butler has 1 field goal, goes 1 of 8 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 3 points. Bam Adebayo, 1 of 5 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 9 points because it was a free throw merchant in that first half, 7 of 10 from the line. You hold Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo to 12 points, 2 field goals in 25 minutes. Yeah, that's rough if you're a Miami fan. Big rough. But hey, love to see that if you're a Magic fan. Looking at some of the team stats here, this third quarter is obviously just the huge difference. Magic outscore the Heat 39-18 in the third quarter. Let's freaking go. You'd love to see it. That was all the difference. Obviously, 44 points in the paint for the Magic. Magic closed the gap on fast break points in the second half. They ended up with 17. The largest lead of 32. You had a 32-point lead in Miami on opening night, on Pat Riley night, which is awesome. 38 points from the bench, only 11 turnovers, which is just amazing. In any NBA game to have 11 turnovers, much less against the Miami Heat. Last little bit of box score here. We talked a little bit about the shooting. 41 of 9. Magic get 13 more shots than the Heat, which is great. 42% from the field. Obviously, you'd like that to be better, but it is what it is. They take 49 threes. Wow. I didn't realize it was that many. They go 18 of 49 from the 3-point line. Typically, in years past, the Magic shooting 49 threes is not a recipe for success. So I don't know if we want to be shooting 49 threes on a regular basis this season. But regardless, you hit 18 of them tonight, so you'll take that. 16 of 22 from the free throw line for the Magic for 72%. 57 rebounds tonight. Obviously, part of that is because the Miami Heat missed 51 shots, but you get 18 offensive rebounds, which is awesome. 28 assists on those 41 field goals. You'll take that. And points in the paint, 44. Yeah, all that good stuff. So, yeah, got to be really happy with the box score tonight. Again, first half, a little bit dicey. Second half was really good. Last little bit here, we'll look at some of these chats before we call tonight. Again, reminder to everybody, there's still over 270 of you here, which is ludicrous. Just a reminder tonight, 2 things you can be on the lookout for. First is going to be the first episode of the Sixth Fan Show. If you're new around here, our Sixth Fan Show is where we do a handful, a few of them every season, 10 or so different games that we pick. Tonight we did at the watch party. Our guy Benjamin Gifford was there, and he gets fans' reactions to the game, and so they might still be recording some of those tonight. But yeah, you can expect that late tonight. Obviously, it's already almost 11 o'clock, so if you're on the East Coast or whatever, you're probably going to bed here maybe after this, so you might wake up and see it in the morning. But Sixth Fan Show, that's always electric, especially on a night like tonight, so we'll get some fan reactions. You can check that out on YouTube. And, of course, tomorrow is Thursday, which means a brand new episode of the Sixth Man Show. So myself and Jonathan will be recording that when Jonathan gets home here. Obviously, he was at the watch party, so we'll be recording that. We'll be reacting to the Jalen Suggs news with the contract on Monday. Obviously, we'll be talking about tonight's game. We'll be talking about a couple other things. So, yeah, definitely tune into that tomorrow morning as well. All right, couple last things here from the chat. I think I saw a super chat come in. Yes. Oh, it's from our friend Armin. Oh, yeah, Armin's got one here. He said, late, but let's go. Yes, Armin, let's freaking go, man. Pumped for the win. Thank you so much for the super chat. We got one from Nick Monk. Says, also, Kevin, have you seen Mikal Bridges' jump shot? Yes. Yes, I have. I know we're an Orlando Magic podcast, but that is wild. That is one of the wildest things I've ever seen. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you just got to watch Mikal Bridges play basketball right now. There's a bunch of clips of him in warm-ups and stuff shooting threes, and they just look wacky, especially for a guy that, wasn't obviously the world's best shooter, but he could shoot, right? And so for him to just totally overhaul his jump shot, kind of crazy, and it looks kind of crazy. Magic Prod says, new logo is fire. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Hino Hoop says, where do I find where the watch parties are? So stay tuned to us, either, the show or our social media stuff. We will post, all that kind of information as it happens. Again, we work with the Orlando Magic to get locations and stuff done. And so we tentatively have where all the watch parties are, but, obviously we don't always necessarily announce that super in advance in case plans change or, whatever. So, but we will let you, again, next Friday is the next watch party of the game against Cleveland. So we will definitely hit you up here soon with the location of that once we get it all, kind of squared away. So be on the lookout for that any day now, like probably tomorrow, Thursday, maybe Friday. We'll definitely be able to announce that. Let's see here. I'm all the way back at the top. I got to come back down here to the bottom. Let's see. Okay, we got some trolls in here. That's awesome. Love to see that. Let's see. Yeah, and Paholo says, love the new logo. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's definitely pretty exciting. So, let's see. I don't know what's happening down here with this clown, but if it keeps up, we'll kick him out. But anyway, let's see. Yeah, they were some open looks. Abimael says, let's go Magic. Absolutely. And yeah, we were talking about the logo. Yeah, thank you so much for that comment, guys. Like the new logo, we're pumped about it. Again, brand new era for the Magic, brand new era for the Sixth Man Show. We're super excited for that. All right, guys, this was a lot of fun. Like, are you kidding me? This was so much fun. There's always so many question marks when you come into a new season, right? Like, especially in a season like last year, like, blew out all expectations. You're like, how can we top that? And obviously, we have such a long way to go in this season, and I have to remind myself of that. However, you can only take it one game at a time, and you can't ask for a better result than tonight. And it was a lot of fun. And so thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight here on the Sixth Man Show Postgame Live. It was a lot of fun hanging out with you, getting to react to this game. Man, Magic crushed the Heat 116-97. Again, it wasn't even that close. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, be on the lookout. Sixth Man Show tonight, Sixth Man Show in the morning, all the things happening. We're totally back. Magic basketball is totally back. I'm so excited. We'll see you guys on Friday for the game against Brooklyn. But until then, as you know, it's Let's Go Magic.